The COVID-19 pandemic has created the largest disruption of education systems in history, affecting nearly 1.6 billion learners in more than 190 countries in all continents. The crisis is exacerbating pre-existing education disparities by reducing the opportunities for many of the most vulnerable school children, youth, and adults. The changes in modality in teaching greatly affect the performance of the children in their academic performance. Challenges were experienced in the delivery of learning from amongst parents as the facilitators of learnings, the learners per se, the teachers doing the printing of modules, the school heads manning the school in the new normal, and the public schools district supervisor in giving technical assistance during his or her instructional supervision. It is imperative that as we abide in the quest of the department on the sulong edukalidad by providing quality education amid this health crisis, monitoring is essential to ensure that quality instruction is enforced. Good day, televiewers! Welcome to AED Talk Show, and please welcome your host, Miss Abigail Estepona.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Arroyo East District Talk Show. Today, we'll be talking about the quest of the Department of Education on the Sulong Edukalidad, its challenges, as well as the success of the new learning modality caused by the pandemic, how it was handled by the teachers as facilitators of learning, and of course, how our brilliant leaders gave technical assistance to our dear teachers. And to better understand these events, please welcome our guest for today, our very own Sir Jerry G. Arizala, the District Supervisor of Arroyo East District. Hello, sir. Good morning, and thank you for gracing this talk show today. So, sir, as an instructional leader, how did you manage the implementation of the new learning modality? In what part did you focus?
Actually, I focused on the self-learning modules, the printing of the SLMs that are taken from the MOE of the school, and also I focused on the releasing and retrieval of modules done in every school, and how parents also teach their children as facilitators of learnings. And of course, I also have to see how teachers check the SLMs and identify the least mastered skills and analyze so that it could be given interventions, and also how teachers give remedial instructions through home visitation or by tutorial by parents. And I also focus on how school heads give technical assistance to all the teachers in their schools.
Very well said. More info coming up after this break. And we're back. So, sir, when the result of your monitoring came up, what are your suggestions and recommendations as an instructional leader? What are the strategies you used to monitor the progress?
Actually, Biggie, I have a lot of strategies that I made.
Mm-hmm.
And in my technical assistance, I usually visit, of course, schools. And during my visitation, I would identify problems existing in the school that really helps solution. And I conferred teachers and school heads. Of course, we identified, as I've said, problems or area to improve, areas to improve along instructions, along curriculum, and others. And we also intensified monitoring with observer scheme. And when we did that, if there are recommendations and innovations that are needed to cater the problems, I would suggest or I would encourage the school or the school heads or teachers to do it, to make some innovations. And if in case that the problem is on the learning facilitators or let's say the parents, I would suggest or I told them to utilize the learning support aids or the LSAs that we have identified from the community.
Wow, let me clap my hands for that, sir. Well, very good. So, sir, were your recommendations and suggestions being taken seriously in the field?
Of course, yes.
Was it successful in so far?
Yeah, I think so.
Of course, thank you. So, how was this new learning modality impacted everybody? For example, the parents, the teachers, the school heads.
It really impacted a lot to all those stakeholders that you have mentioned. For the parents, parents were refreshed on the skills that they almost forget, and that they didn't learn from. They learned from the unlearned skills when they were in the school. And of course, it impacted a good relationship. There is rapport between parents and teachers. And of course, accountability of parents on the education of their children, it increases. And for the teachers, of course, creativity of the teachers was enhanced. Of course, because they are going to think of what they are going to do.
Yes.
So that their pupils or their students would learn. And of course, their patience and industry also were virtues that were developed from amongst our teachers, and it was exercised by them. And intrapersonal relationship also was strengthened because they're going to talk with stakeholders in the community. And of course, for the school heads, resourcefulness was broadened and strengthened because MOOE is not enough for the printing of SLMs, and aesthetic skills of the school heads were also exercised, and school heads were learned how to plan on the modality that they're going to do, so that their learners would learn. Because amid pandemic, this pandemic, face-to-face is not allowed. So they're going to think what is really applicable in their community.
Yes, definitely.
And it will be integrated in the BELCP of the school. And they think of it. They are going to implement all these things for just to let their learners learn.
Wow, well said again, sir. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us. We learned a lot from you. And of course, congratulations for a job well done. So, sir, before we end, can you please give us your takeouts from all of this? What are your conclusions after everything?
Education system leaders, teachers, and parents need a broad array of information about their students in order to begin educational recovery. And supporting districts in creating streamlined assessments that look at the wide range of students' factors, as well as identifying how the annual state assessment and their administration can be adjusted to collect needed information about the students' performance is among the most important work states can undertake if schools are ever to close historic learning gaps. Before students can learn, their well-being, engagement, condition for learning must be addressed. And in order to do so, schools must collect this data to inform how they should respond to the challenges raised by the COVID-19 pandemic. And this will not be easy feat, but it is necessary to address the long-standing iniquities borne by vulnerable students. And these things would only happen if intensifying of monitoring and some evaluation on the performance of the school is very evident in every school heads and in every teachers and together with the stakeholders working together hand in hand for a better performance of the school.
Wow, very well said again, sir. Thank you. And again, my congratulations.
Thank you, Bige.
Woo! Thank you again, Sir Jerry Arizala, for gracing this occasion. I learned a lot from you, and hopefully you guys learned a lot from him too. See you next time on our next episode. And this has been your host, Abigail C. Estipona, saying bye-bye and solo educalidad.